do a venti iced vanilla latte with an added espresso shot, please.
Okay, anything else?
That'll be it.
All right, 7:05 at the window. Thank you.
Thank you. I just got to the employee parking lot. You guys, someone almost crashed into me this morning. I don't know why people do not look over their shoulders to look at their blind spot when they switch lanes. This lady literally almost crashed into my car and my heart was racing. My reaction was save my car, so I was gonna swerve to the next lane, but I didn't look over my shoulder. Thank God there was no one there, but I honked so loud and this lady was clueless, didn't even realize that I was literally right on her side. But I just bought this car late last year and I was like, not my brand new car. Well, it's not new. It's actually a 2012 Lexus, but if you guys know anything about what's going on with car sales ahorita, it's kind of like the housing market where everything's being sold so quick. All the prices are up through the roof. So I spent a pretty penny on this car. Like, oh my God, my hard-earned money. But we're starting another 4-day trip. Today, it is currently 7:30 in the morning. My report is at 8:20, so I got here a little early. Deep breaths. Let's start the trip. In between flights, and I came over to the G area. Aquí está calladito, and away from the public. I got some food, and I'm gonna sit here until my next flight, which is about, todavía me queda como una hora. I'm just gonna sit here, relax, and eat. So look, that person's hiding too. But this is what I got. Looks so good. You guys, literally 2 seconds later, and these people come sit next to me. Like, look at how empty it is. You could have literally gone and sat somewhere else. Does that ever happen to you guys? Like, literally right there. It happens to me at the gym all the time, and it's the most infuriating thing in the world. Alright, you guys, acabo de terminar de comer. I think I'm gonna start walking to the gate because I want to stop and grab some coffee. También les quería decir, I wasn't trying to be rude. I just wanted to put that out there. I just wanted to explain that we work with so many people and we are constantly in these metal tubes flying with hundreds of people. So in between flights, if you can find a quiet spot to just kind of relax and decompress, that's nice. So I specifically walked to this area, which is not even close to the gate I'm flying out of, to have some private time, and that's why I was a little annoyed. Pero no es que no me gustan la gente or blah blah blah. It's just a veces it can be overstimulating. Is anyone else like that? I think I'm gonna grab my little maletita and walk over to Starbucks. Alright, I ended up getting the dragon fruit. It's actually pretty good. It's my first time having a refresher, because I always get coffee. Pero me dolía mi panza, I think because my bowl that I ate had dairy, and then I already had a venti in the morning. I think my body was telling me that was enough dairy for the day, so por eso agarré esto, and it's actually pretty good.
The sidewalks are pretty clear downtown, so you should be fine.
Okay.
Clouds have settled down on top of it.
I am in my hotel room. It's currently 11 p.m. I don't know why I'm yawning because I literally fell asleep as soon as I got to the room. I had a crazy day. So from driving to work and having that lady almost crash into me, to I had a little bit of like drama with a coworker I was working with. Not really drama, but I typically always work lead position, and this trip I am working D, which is a floater position, which means you attach to different crews. You are kind of on your own. You don't stay with the same crew for your entire trip. You keep switching crews. So a lady who was working A loved to give me assignments, but since I'm used to always working A position and I never boss anyone around, me cayó mal, no? I told her, I was like, that's not my position. She was trying to have me do someone else's position's work, and I told her, that's not my position. Cuando le dije eso, como que se enojó, pero she didn't tell me anything. I think she also realized like she couldn't really get mad at me because it's true. What she was asking me to do was not my position. So why am I gonna do extra work? You can ask me nicely if you want a favor, but do not make it seem like what you say I have to do. But yeah, and then we also had a group of like 20 people traveling together. This was a religious group, some sort of Christianity, but when we were doing service, me tocó uno. And I don't know what to say. I don't know why I got so emotional, because I really want to talk about religion, but there's a lot of things that I love about my faith, but there's a lot of things that I don't like. Faith also turns people ugly. Juzgan. And it's like, if you know anything about God, not that I consider myself like someone that knows everything that God put out there for us, but I know that God loves us all. And if you know any of the Bible stories, he always stands up for the sinners. So the fact that all these people who consider themselves like super religious are out here juzgandoing or shaming or pointing a finger, like that to me doesn't sit well. So I have kind of like my mixed feelings on religion. It's like, excuse me, what's your name? And so I told him, and he was like, oh, okay. He was like, I don't know why, but I feel like the Lord wants to use me to get a message through to you. And the message is that yeah, I'm crying. He was like, the message is that you matter and you have a purpose. I was like trying so hard to keep it together, because he was like, I don't know if that resonates with you. He was like, but he really wanted me to tell you that. And I mean, I don't know if it's like phony baloney, or you know how there's people who are like fortune tellers and they tell you something that everybody can relate to, you know, like when they say like, oh, you've been through a heartbreak. Like, who hasn't been through a heartbreak? So obviously you're gonna be like, oh my God, yeah. Anyways, I'll catch you guys up tomorrow. Day 2, can you guess where we are going? We are going to Kona, Hawaii. My crew is probably already downstairs. I have just a few minutes to chat, but I wanted to say that this trip is a 4-day trip, and I usually work 3 or 4 day trips, preferably 4 days. And I don't know why, but this trip, it already feels like I'm on day 4. It seems so long. I think I'm just in need of a vacation or a little break. I don't know what it is about this trip. I literally just started the trip yesterday, and I feel like I have been on this trip for years. So I've never felt that way before. Usually 4 days are my preferred work trips, and they never seem long to me. So I don't know what's happening. But I'm excited to be going to Kona, Hawaii. I actually haven't been to that part of the island in a while, probably before the pandemic. We're excited to meet my crew. Last night when I got in, one of them reached out to me and inviting me to join them for dinner, which I thought was super sweet, because I mean, I still haven't met them, and technically they're their own little crew, because as the D, I just attached to different crews. So I thought that was really sweet. and for them to go out of their way to invite me. I don't know, I just thought that was so sweet. But yeah, I'm excited to meet them in person and fly with them over to Kona. We are flying from Anchorage. I believe the flight is about 6 hours. So yeah, I'll see you guys once we get to Kona. Vámonos. Alright guys, we have made it to Kona, Hawaii. I actually didn't realize this layover isn't that long. Currently 9 p.m. and it's already dark outside. Everything is pretty much closed here at the hotel. And there isn't much around this area, so I was just gonna call it a night. I plan on waking up early because I did want to get some sun and some beach time. I know we get a free breakfast here at the hotel, so I want to take advantage. The flight tomorrow is at 2 p.m. So our pickup is at 12:30. I mean, that's pretty much ni puedes disfrutar tanto. I'm just gonna try to sleep early and wake up super early so I can make the most of the time we are here. I'm going to heat up my dinner ahorita. Sometimes, although it appears we're going to these great places or that our layovers are fairly a decent amount of time, a veces no. In reality, you're super exhausted from working. This layover on paper se ve como 18 horas. On paper, it shows 18-hour layover, which sounds pretty long. But once you actually realize the time, you land at 8 p.m. We got to the hotel by 9. And here, there's not much you can do at night. This resort, the pool is closed. I think the restaurant might be open, and then it's not in a very high touristy area, so there's not bars or other options to walk to. And then yeah, we get picked up at 12 tomorrow. It's really not that long. 18 hours on paper looks long, but it literally depends on the time you get in, how many flights you've worked. Sometimes you're so exhausted and don't even feel like going out. I've had 24-hour layovers where I have done absolutely nothing or slept majority of my layover because I am so exhausted from work. And then there's times where you have 12-hour layovers that you should be sleeping, pero sales and you're running on 4 hours of sleep. So I think it just depends, but definitely we don't always have, even though you do go to amazing places, you don't always have enough time to take full advantage. Pero I think I'm going to try to take some advantage tomorrow because I do want to get a little bit of sunshine, and definitely I'm going to be taking advantage of the breakfast because the food in Hawaii is always so good. Anything free tastes even better.
We get breakfast, so please.
Alright, ya llegamos to our layover hotel after our Hawaii flight. We were actually delayed about an hour and we were able to spend a little bit more time in Hawaii. So I didn't really vlog too much just because I was trying to enjoy the extra hour we had there. I laid out, I was able to work out for a little bit. This is now day 3 of this 4-day trip. I'm actually gonna wash my face and take off my makeup and I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, you guys, it is day 4 of this 4-day trip. I am going home. I actually just checked and one of my flights got turned into a deadhead because they downgraded the plane. So we were flying on a Boeing, which needs 4 flight attendants to operate the plane, and they downgraded to an Airbus. and our Airbus only need 3 flight attendants. So yeah, I will actually just be flying as a passenger on my last flight home from Seattle. I'm actually pretty excited because tomorrow I start another trip and I'm working with my friend. She's actually my classmates and she actually flies in tonight as well. So ya le mandé mensaje y le dije si se quería ir conmigo a mi casa, so she doesn't have to spend money on a hotel. And so she's gonna actually be going home with me and we'll start our 2-day, I think it's a 2-day, maybe it's a 3-day trip tomorrow. It's a 24-hour layover, so a veces those are 2 days and a veces they turn it, sometimes they're 3 days. But yeah, so that'll be the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching and following along. Si les gustó el video, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already. Bye. There she is.